Hello, Moonwatchers and Stargazers, and welcome to the Compendium Cast. What's up, everybody? I know it's been a while since I did an episode, and I'm sorry for all two of you who have asked when there will be another episode. Well, guess what? Here you go, a surprise, spontaneous episode. I don't really know what I'm calling this segment yet, but we just saw The Long Walk, and I've been really sort of hyperfixating over this story with the book, with the movie, and I wanted to talk about it. I know it's not a sci-fi film, but you know what? It's my podcast, my rules, right? So here we are. I am joined by my friend Hollow. Hello.
How's it going?
Good. Thank you for being here, doing this, and seeing the movie with me.
Oh, absolutely. Always.
Yeah. You know, I had a really good time because Hollow had no idea what to expect. And
completely blind.
Seeing their face when they realized, oh, people are going to die.
Yeah. I expected it at some point, but not like that.
Yeah, it was like, yep, here we go. So it got real for the boys in the movie, and it got real for Hollow, and it was great. So we are talking about The Long Walk, which is a 2025 film that was done by Francis Lawrence, and the screenplay was by J.T. Moliner. It was written or was released in 1979 by Stephen King under his name Richard Bachman. If you're not familiar, he's written some books under this false name Richard Bachman, The Long Walk being one of them. But from things I've heard, and I didn't look this up ahead of time, because also, everybody, we got no script for this episode. We are just going for it, and we're talking about it, and we're gonna see how far we get until we have dead air. But from what I've heard, he actually wrote this book in college. So even though it wasn't the first book he had published, released, it was the first book, or one of the first books he ever wrote. So that's pretty cool. Because the movie came out. I'm a Stephen King fan. I like his books, and I've already been kind of on a Stephen King kick. So the movie was coming out. I saw the poster for it. You know, it's funny too, and I realized the day seeing the movie, or like maybe the day before, I never watched the trailer. It was just so interesting. The first time I watched the trailer was like the day before I saw it, or like a couple days before, like right when I finished the book. And it was cool, like having finished the book and then getting, the trailer was really good, getting some chills.
Did the trailer at least like portray what was going to happen in the movie?
Yeah, I mean,
some way.
It did. Like it's pretty obvious. It's not a twist.
Okay.
Of like, I mean, again, I have the Wikipedia page up right here right now. Mm-hmm. And even in the movie poster, it says "walk or die." So
it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's sort of like this is what we're doing. But it was cool because Hollow, I was like, "Do you want to know anything about it? Or do you want to go in blind?" And they're like, "Fuck it, like put me in there blind." I was like, all right, let's do it.
It's the long walk. I wonder what's going to happen.
It was really cool, though, because it was like getting to relive it through your experiences, like certain moments. I'd like look over at you like, all right, you're feeling it, too.
Yeah, no, it was a bit of a tearjerker, surprisingly.
Yeah.
For a Stephen King movie?
Well, he's got man, that's the thing, and I always say this, and I stand by this. I think Stephen King is at his best, and this might be a hot take, and if it is, okay. I think Stephen King is at his best when he is not doing horror. Okay. And I will stand by that. I mean, my favorite Stephen King stories are not his horror stories. I enjoy his horror stories, but honestly, some of his horror stories are also kind of just cheesy.
That is fair, yeah.
And I know these are like short stories that the movies have been made out of, so they're unfair comparisons. But like Thinner, it's an enjoyable movie, but it's cheesy. the guy gets cursed to just get super thin until he dies.
Okay.
You know, even things like Christine and Cujo.
I
I'm
mean,
just like,
was it Dreamcatchers? That was Stephen King as well?
never saw that one.
No, it was.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
It is so silly up until the end.
Yeah. Or there's like Graveyard Shift or The Raft. Again, I know some of these are short stories, so it's a little more forgivable. But my point is like one of my all-time favorite movies is The Shawshank Redemption, which is also based on a short story.
That one was pretty good.
Yeah, and it's so interesting because it's like it's not my normal kind of film, but it's just, man, when he does character-driven stories, he does them so well. Shawshank Redemption, The Green Mile, that's another tearjerker.
I forgot that was Stephen King.
That's what I'm saying.
That one is definitely a tearjerker for sure.
Yeah, so it's like when homie's not doing horror, and don't get me wrong, I love some of his horror. Obviously, I love It. You know, and Pet Sematary is great. Salem's Lot is great. So it's not like he does bad horror. I'm not saying that. It's just I think he truly shines elsewhere too. And a lot of people know him for his horror, and that's kind of all they know. Oh, it's the guy who wrote It. You know.
I mean, to be honest, that's the majority of what I've known by him.
Yeah, it's what got him famous. You know, his first book published was Carrie. You know, and then you know also what's The Shining is another popular one of his, and even The Stand. But even The Stand
was really good.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, I haven't read the book.
The book takes longer to
I was gonna say, it terrifies me how long it is.
So long to read.
But even then, just based on the miniseries and stuff, yeah, there's horror elements. But is it a horror story? I don't know.
I guess not.
There's so much, and maybe. You know, when you start to break down what defines horror, but it's more than it's more than a horror story.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I love. Like I love The Stand, you know. And so he's just, and then obviously the Dark Tower series. Yeah, there's horror element. There's everything in those, and they're so good. But I think the Dark Tower at its core is about the fellowship that Roland makes along the way. You know, it's the friends you make along the way to the Dark Tower.
That's fair.
And that's what I love about Stephen King's writing is he's so good at these characters. I don't care about getting to the Dark Tower. I care about this group of people. He makes you care about people. And that brings us back to The Long Walk. I have to sneeze.
Oh. Bless you.
Maybe I'll cut that out. We'll see. See how lazy I'm feeling. Brings us back to The Long Walk. As I was saying, I actually completely forgot what I was saying, but we got there. We brought it back. So The Long Walk was coming out. Stephen King. I knew nothing about it, but I like Stephen King, so I wanted to see it. And I started to listen to the audiobook while I was door dashing, and I was like, you know what? I want to finish the audiobook before I go see it. I thought I would like it. I didn't realize I would fucking love it. And I loved the book. I didn't want the book to end. And the thing is like, the premise is fucking simple. It's the long walk. That's all it is. And I thought in my mind, knowing Stephen King, all right, he's going to deviate. He's going to do backstories. He's going to jump to this. He's going to jump to that. Like he does that, right? He'll spend a whole fucking chapter on a glass of water if he wants to, you know. He doesn't do that in this. They do not leave the road.
Yeah, they stick to it the entire time.
Yeah.
At least in the movie they do.
Yeah, in the movie they had that one flashback with his dad.
And that was about it.
That's not in the book. I almost thought he was going to have a flashback of his mom, but as we'll get to it, he was just dreaming, right? And it's just like but even the movie, and I think you might agree, I was the whole time. I was not bored. Like for a movie that's just boys walking, I was not bored at all.
No.
But yeah, I finished the book and it was just so good. And again, like, yeah, it's The Long Walk, right? It's a dystopian. So let me read this real quick. I'm going to read it straight from Wikipedia, guys. I'm sorry, I don't have my script. But for those who might not know, what is The Long Walk, right? So I'm going to read the book description first, and then we'll do the movie, right? So The Long Walk is a dystopian horror novel by Stephen King. It was published in 1979 under Richard Bachman, as I already said. It is set in a dystopian alternate version of the United States ruled by totalitarian. I don't know.
Totalitarian.
Thank you.
I got
read.
you.
I can't read,
okay.
guys.
It's okay.
Why am I doing a podcast? I can't fucking read.
Hey, listen, you're paid to talk, not to read.
Oh, I'm not paid. Yeah.
Oh well, then I don't know what to say.
Yeah, you guys ain't paying me. You can hear me fumble words. All right. The plot follows the contestants of a grueling annual walking contest. While not the first of King's novels to be published, The Long Walk was the first novel he wrote, having begun it in 1966 to 1967 during his freshman year at the University of Maine, 8 years before his first published novel, Carrie. Crazy. So it's a dystopian future. The United States is in despair, poverty, all that, and the powers that be sort of use this long walk as a distraction, and they portray it as this glimpse of hope, right? You can win, you can do it together, we can do this. And they don't say this directly in the book, but something I always picked up from it is it's also almost a way of just like thinning the herd, if you will. Every year, all right, well, we're in poverty, we don't have money, fuck these peasants, like let's kill 99 of them a year, and we'll throw one of them a bone when they win.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, yeah, hell yeah. And they make it a big annual thing, and the walkers. And it's weird to me because it's like, I don't get it. I don't see how anyone, you'll never twist this in a way to me that it's like, yeah, this is a good thing, But that's kind of the point. And they touch on it in the movie how we've been in this universe, they're desensitized, right? Even the walkers know it's wrong.
Yeah.
But this is what they're told is good. So people just follow it, right? So, finished the book. Finally went and saw the movie. I invited Hollow to come with me because I was like, this one might be rough. I need a homie there.
And you weren't wrong. It was kind of rough.
It was rough. It was
a lot more rough than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I can handle this kind of stuff. First person goes down. I'm like,
dude,
what the heck?
But the way and who was the first person that went down, It hurt so much.
It hurt.
It fucking like, and it's coming. And
100%.
I've thought about this a lot too, and we'll just jump to it. Like, yes, this is a spoiler episode, everybody. So, in the movie, it is graphic, but I think the first kill was the most graphic. And I remember I've been sitting there thinking about it. Like, I don't know if it needed to be that graphic to get the point across, but
yeah,
as I sit and think about it, I'm like, you know what? Maybe it did, because here's the thing. In that moment, it becomes real for those boys. Mm-hmm. And it became real for us too, because up until then, it's pretty lighthearted.
Yeah.
Like, they're all fucking with each other, joking around, just boys walking.
Just vaguely getting to know one another as they're sitting around waiting.
And then we just get the first one, and suddenly it's like, oh, right. Like, we're going to fucking die.
Yeah. Like, goddamn.
And so I think not shying away from that first kill really, to the audience and the boys in the movie, it's just like, oh yeah, this is real. Because from then on, like, yeah, there were some good bro moments, some nice moments, but from then on, it was just fucking real. The jokes
ramps
were
up
over
really fast too.
It does. It ramps up really.
It ramps
fast.
up real fast.
Yeah. So the movie follows Ray Garrity is the main character. Raymond Garrity, number 47. They all have numbers, and then Peter McVries, I think. So follow. They're kind of the two main characters, and my God, the book does a good job with these two and sort of the friendship they make along the way. But the movie fucking did it so much better. Like,
oh man,
knowing they both weren't gonna make it, I was just pissed.
I knew from the beginning that only one was gonna end up winning, but like, man.
Yeah, the way they did
really
the
made
movie,
me want both of them to survive.
I was hoping there's going to be some loophole, some way, because I knew they changed. I already spoiled that they changed the ending. Like, I already knew that, So I was like, maybe that's what they change, is somehow we get a happy ending where the two boys make it. Unfortunately, no. And we'll get to the ending when we get there. We won't spoil that of what they changed, but it sucked. So there was David Johnson, who was, if you saw Alien Romulus, he plays the android in it. He was phenomenal in that, and he was absolutely phenomenal in this. Like, dude, I don't know. I feel like he's an up and comer, and I want to see more of him.
I really want to see more of him in other movies. I want to see him in other like different horror, or maybe something like this where it's a little more character driven.
Yep. Yeah. But he was good in I almost said of Romulus. He was good in Romulus, Alien Romulus, but he was also an android, so
it was limited.
It was limited. But he shined in this movie so much, and
100%.
Yeah, he was so good. Now the other guy, Cooper Hoffman, who played Raymond Garrity, I don't know him. I don't recognize him.
I think I've seen him in maybe one other movie.
Yeah, I'm quickly looking.
Year or two.
Okay, he's been in 10 movies. So far, he's been in 6, and he has 4 upcoming. So I'm quickly looking at his IMDb here. Okay, so I've heard of this movie, Licorice Pizza.
I've never heard of that one.
I heard of that recently. Wildcat, Saturday Night Live, Old Guy, Poetic License, and then Long Walk. So I haven't seen any of these, but I want to. He was really good too, so I'd be curious to see more of him.
Maybe he just looked like someone else.
Yeah, he has an upcoming movie called I Want Your Sex, so keep an eye out for that.
Okay, hell yeah, good for him.
Good for him. Yeah,
good for him.
But he did great. Some supporting actors who were really good was Garrett Waring as Stebbins, Tut Nuot as Arthur Baker, Charlie Plummer as Gary Barkovich, and we got some words about Barkovich.
Oh God,
that was the Barkovich asshole. Yeah,
I disliked him from beginning to end.
Yep. Ben Wang as Hank Olsen. I liked Olsen right away.
I liked him.
I know.
He was a fun character.
He was. Jordan Gonzalez as Richard Harkness. Joshua Odjick as Collie Parker.
I liked Collie.
Yeah, I liked Collie too. And you know what's funny is even in he didn't have much to do until the end of this book.
Yeah,
but it's funny because even in the movie, but even in the book too, he didn't like. I remember it kind of like, so in the movie he sort of tries to revolt, right? And he ends up killing one of the. Yeah, that happens in the book too. And I remember like in the book, like who the fuck is this Collie Parker guy? So I feel like maybe that's just how, like, he didn't have a big part until that moment, you know. And then we get Mark Hamill as the Major.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. It took me a moment to recognize him. I don't know how it took so long.
Right. I mean, I only knew. Well, you know, to be fair, he's got a hat and glasses on the whole time. So
yeah, the Superman effect.
Yeah, exactly. See, exactly.
On a pair of glasses. Who is this man?
Yeah, and so he did really good. And the Major has such a small role in the book. So they obviously gave it more because you're not going to cast Mark Hamill and give him 2 parts in the book, you know?
Yeah.
But we had Judy Greer as Garrity's mom. And she had a really, really short roles, but she was really good in it too. And then there's a few others. We're not going to get into all of them, but the one I want to talk about is Roman Davis, who was Curly. Curly was the one who died first, I think.
Oh, yes. That's right.
Yeah. There was other ones, Percy Grimes, Larson, Ronald. These are people I don't remember. Yeah, but Curly went first, and it was just tragic, man, because so we'll get there. I'm gonna do my best to try to remember the flow of the movie, and then we'll break down what we can as we go along. Now that I feel like I've said a lot, I'm gonna let you talk for a little bit. So okay. I kind of, yeah, surprise! You got to talk on a podcast.
Surprise! Oh man,
yeah.
You're just for like slight backup words. Just yeah. Yeah.
You're just here to hype me up. Yeah,
exactly.
Jason. Yeah,
fucking doing a good job.
But having gone into this movie not knowing anything about it and just sort of being down to clown. Like, I think the only thing I warned you about was like, I've heard it's graphic, so as long as you're cool with that.
I wasn't sure what kind of graphic it was gonna be. I expected, there's death maybe,
Right.
but and even with the name, I wasn't necessarily expecting it to just solely be about it's a long walk.
Yeah.
Like it was 300 miles that they walked?
By the end of it, they were over 350. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like 5 days, 350. But just, I don't know. Yeah, I would be curious now that you saw it with me. Obviously hadn't read the book, but
yeah.
Like, oh, what are just your first thoughts now that you've like sat on it for a day?
After sitting on it for a day, I definitely want to watch it again.
I do too.
I want to go back. I want to re-experience the brotherhood that they had.
It was so good.
It was so sweet. It was so wholesome. But like, goddamn, one by one, they were just picked off.
Yep.
Oh man. But no, I thought that overall it was a relatively good movie. It was a lot more graphic than I thought it would be. Simply just by like what it would show, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And I kind of knew that, and I expected it. And funny enough, so in the book, one of the soldiers actually shoots a dog.
Oh.
And I remember looking up right away when I got to that part of the book, like, do they have that scene in the movie?
Yeah.
Because if so, I'm not fucking going. And obviously they didn't, thankfully.
That's good.
Yeah. But otherwise it's pretty graphic, right? So we start with Garrity and his mom driving him to the long walk. And obviously she's not excited about it because she knows only one survives, right? Now, there are some changes from the book to the movie I'll talk about real quick. In the book, there's 100 people. They have to stay above 4 miles per hour. They changed that to 50 people, so 50 boys, one from each state, and you have to stay above 3 miles per hour. And apparently this was a change requested by Stephen King because he's older and he realizes, 4 miles per hour is kind of not possible.
Yeah, that's a bit of a
that's a brisk jog.
That's a strut.
Yeah. So those changes made sense to me. And changing it from 100 to 50, you could argue like just not to pay all those extras, which would make sense, but also it keeps it more focused on the characters who are important, because even in the book you don't get to know all 100 of them, right? We have our core few that we meet, and the rest are essentially just bodies to get picked off, So changing it to 50 didn't bother me. Putting it at 3 miles per hour made sense. So the idea of the long walk is you just walk. You have to stay above 3 miles per hour. They give them little sort of wrist monitors to keep track of their speed. You get 3 warnings. After your first warning, you get 10 seconds to maintain speed, or else you get another warning. After your third warning, they give you what's called your ticket. And can you guess what that is? You get fucking shot in the head.
Yeah.
And if you walk for an hour without getting another ticket, without getting another warning, you have a warning removed. Which I kind of missed that in the book. So I was very confused when like Garrity got like way early in the book, he had 3 warnings, and I was like, oh man, he's fucked. I was like, and then later on he's talking about how he has 1 warning. I'm like, but I swear I read in the book so I missed when that was explained in the book. So I'm glad.
Yeah, it was vaguely explained even in the movie, because I remember him getting that 3rd one and someone just quickly saying, it's all good. In 3 hours you'll be fine.
Exactly. Yeah. And so once you get your ticket, you're out, right? And it's a voluntary sign up to do this. Like, you're not drafted or anything, but
just wild.
Yeah, like, I don't know, man. But I think that's, again, they do touch about it on the movie, and if I was actually writing notes for this, I would attempt to touch on it as good as they did. But basically the short version of it is they just it's in such poverty. The society's been so conditioned that this is the right thing to do. It almost feels like signing up for service, Yeah,
it's like everybody does it.
Yeah, like you're
who
weird if you
doesn't do that. Yeah.
You didn't sign up for the long walk, you weirdo. What, you don't love your, like, in the movie it's talked about how like it's almost I don't know if treason's the right word.
It's patriotic to do so, and not doing so is
and talking. You could like get arrested for talking
bad about it.
Yeah, and we also learned through Garrity talking about his father is like in this society, the old ways they call it are like banned. Like it sounds like music in some ways banned. Art,
a lot of music. There was a lot of like he was talking about how like Nietzsche is, ethics and all that. That's all banned.
Yeah. Now I don't remember that in the book. It's very possible it is, but I did think even if it's not in the book, I thought it was a cool touch. Because even in the book, they don't get much into the dystopian world, which normally King would. So it was kind of interesting. But so I thought it was cool just to get a little background on that. And so, anyways, Garrity and his mom arrive, and they start. Garrity. Cut that. Lost my train of thought.
Garrity and his mom arrive. She's in a panic frenzy, not wanting him to go. Gives him some cookies.
Oh yeah, she gives him like oatmeal chocolate, like his favorite cookies or something.
Yeah.
And she begs him to back out. He doesn't, and then he starts to meet the other people, and this is where we meet the other actors: McCreeves, Stebbins, Baker, Parker, Barkovich, Holson. All the main people we're going to get to know in this. And the Major shows up, and then the long walk kind of just fucking starts. So again, like for the first few minutes, they're just walking, getting to know each other. And then, as we said, there's this young boy, Curly, and they're sort of teasing him because he looks really fucking young. So another thing, another change I heard is like in the book, they're like anywhere from 16 to 18 years old. And in the movie, they changed it to, I think,
18 plus.
Yeah. And Curly says he's 18. I think that's why they made the joke, because one of them says, like, motherfucker, you don't look over 16. Like I'll be damned if you're 16 over 16 or something.
Something like that.
Some joke. So I think it was a callback to the book,
Okay.
And I wouldn't be surprised if this Curly character was 16 in the book, maybe. And actually, that would make a lot of sense. I don't remember, but it makes sense given the changes and the fact that they called that out. And so things are going good, and then out of nowhere, Curly gets a Charlie horse,
and it's bugging the hell out of him.
This part is so fucking sad because it almost looks good, like Garrity, dude. It just shows Garrity right away. He just
immediately tries to help him.
He's like, walk with us, and it seems to be helping for a moment, but then Curly falls behind. He can't do it. And he just sits down, starts crying and screaming, and he gets fucking shot, and they fucking show the whole thing.
It was unexpectedly intense.
And that's just it. Like, he's getting shot. He's getting shot in the head. But it was the angle.
Yeah, usually when you see headshots in most media, it's boom, they're down, and you just have a hole.
Yep. But this was from the back of his head, but it shot through the front, taking off like part of his jaw.
Yeah.
And it was just like, we're
getting that kind of real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was intense, man. Like, it made me uncomfortable, and I'm like, I think that had to have been the point. Again, because it's from this moment on where shit just gets real.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that was, though, the worst of it.
Yeah. It was because everything.
There was that one dude near the end
with the tank.
The writer.
Yeah.
That got pretty messed up.
What was his name?
Starts with a B, I thought. Maybe not.
There was Barkovich.
So it's not Barkovich.
Baker. Oh, Arthur.
No. He made it near the end.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, he was like in the last 4, 5.
Okay. Yeah, forgive us. We don't have notes.
Yeah.
Well, let's see, because again, we meet McCree's, Stebbins. So Stebbins was there. So Arthur, Art, Baker, Collie Parker wasn't him. Wasn't Barkovich. Wasn't Olsen. Was it Harkness?
It could have been.
Okay.
Does it show pictures? He's the guy with the glasses.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. So Okay. No, because this actor does not. It might have been him. Yeah, I could. If we search too long, I can always cut this.
That's fair. And I don't know what you're looking at, so
I know. Oh wait, okay. There's a photo of him right here. Walker. Okay, so it is this guy. So who did we say this was?
I don't remember. Harkness.
Yeah.
Harkness.
Okay, so we'll get to Harkness. Also, I'm telling you guys right now, this is a bonus episode, so I'm not editing this out. So you get to hear me search in real time, and you can just deal with it. So the walk in, and again, we're kind of running through this. As the walk goes on, they get to know each other, and Peter talks about how he wants to improve the world, and if he wins, that's what he's going to do. And they really just upped, they really made Peter great. I loved that. He was just he he was the unbreakable one, right?
They made him be the strongest person there.
Yeah, and
from beginning to end.
Yeah, that was some changes from the book. He was a good dude in the book, but he wasn't this good. And but honestly, I'm not even mad at it. The movie version was just great. And so a big change they made in the movie is everyone's talking about what they're going to do if they win. One guy wants to go to the moon. Olsen wants 10 naked women?
10 naked women.
10 naked women, baby. That part was funny because they're like, well, you're going to have money. Just buy 10 naked women. He's like,
well, I don't want to buy it. Yeah, I don't want to pay for that.
He's like, you realize
someone eventually is.
Yeah, if that's what you asked for, someone's going to have to pay these women. And he's like, oh, yeah. It was just funny, right? It's just those boys being boys kind of thing. And there's a lot from this movie that I thought they would cut from the book that they didn't, and I was like, bravo. One of the things was McCree's talking about how horny he is. Now there was a certain scene in the book that they definitely took out, and I'll talk about that. But
okay.
So in the book, he has a similar thing where he's like, I've never been this fucking horny. I don't know, man. I get it. I feel like in that situation, that kind of adrenaline.
It's like, yeah, you're gonna live or die,
dude. Fuck, dude. It's not even like I'm horny because I want sex. It's just the emotional overload. You're just like, this has got to go somewhere, man.
Yep. No, that's fair. That's fair.
But in the book, it was either him or a different character. But again, one big thing they took out from the movie or from the book in the movie is there's spectators the whole time. Just people can watch. There's just crowds of people constantly watching this long walk. And in one of the towns they walk through, there's these cheerleaders cheering them on. And one of them, I think it's McCree's or somebody. It makes sense because he's the one talking about how horny he is. He tries to literally fuck one of the cheerleaders while doing the long walk. And he almost gets his third warning, and someone finally pulls him off it. And it was
I'm glad that didn't happen in the movie.
Yeah, I think they felt to be fair, she was into it, for the record. It wasn't a rape thing.
That's good.
She was super into it. But I get why they cut that.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I feel like that would detract from the story a bit.
A part of me was curious because trying to envision it in my head, reading it, how you can't stop walking. So you got 10 seconds for each warning. So you can't stop walking.
Some people need less than 10.
Fair enough. You can't stop walking, but you're 30 seconds. I don't know. A part of me is I want to. How? How? Yeah. Another thing that didn't cut from the books that I thought for sure is, if you're ever wondering how do you do a long walk and take a shit, don't worry. They explain it. You just do it.
You just go.
You just do it, and unfortunately, someone did get their ticket this way.
Yeah.
And I have to imagine how bad. Well, they did say he had diarrhea or something.
I'm glad I missed that part. That's
right when you walked out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought
I was getting my first warning.
So yeah, that shows up a few times. It was funny though, because right on cue, Hollow was like, "What happens? You have to pee." Literally 5 seconds later, McCree's starts walking and pissing. It's like, there you go.
Perfect explanation.
You just fucking do it.
You just do it.
Yep. So, anyways, the bond between Ray and Ray is Garrity. McCree's and Garrity starts, and there was the Musketeers, right? It was Garrity, Olsen, McCree's, and
Barker.
Okay, Barker.
Yeah, Art Barker.
Baker. Yeah. So Baker, Olsen, McCree's, Garrity, like they became really tight, and McCree's was the McCree. It's because it's spelled McVries. McVries.
McVries.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna say it wrong again, everybody.
That's fair.
Yeah. He's the one. He says something like, they say you're not supposed to make friends on the long walk, but I like you three. And they just create this great bond. But it's really McVries and Garrity.
Yeah, I do wish that they had done a little bit more with Olsen and Baker.
Yeah.
Just because by the end of it, you get a slight touch on those two.
Yeah.
And how well they got to know each other.
There's a super fucking gut-wrenching scene with those two.
Yeah.
But dude, McVries is just the fucking goat. Like, so there is this moment where we think we're getting a flashback, and then Garrity like wakes up, and you see that like he's leaning on McVries, and McVries like, oh yeah, you've been dozing for hours. And I didn't think about like watching the movie, but it's like this motherfucker has been holding him up while he's like what a fucking like
for hours.
Why? Like he's just such a good dude. I might have a hetero crush on this fictional character.
That's valid.
Just such a good dude. Yeah. And they start talking, and I skipped over like all the boys are saying what they're gonna get, right? What they're gonna get from the long walk, and Garrity won't answer it. He eventually opens up to McVries a little later, but we get to another super intense scene where I'm trying to like read along as we go, so
that's fair. Wasn't the hill, wasn't that the one of the first nights?
Yeah.
Or was that like the second night? Because I know
that was the first night. They kind of skipped some nights. Yeah. Sorry. In the summary I have up to help me keep track, they totally skipped that. But yeah, there was this intense scene where, so what happens is Garrity gets 3 warnings because he's dozing.
Mm-hmm.
And just as he gets that shit, they come up to this fucking hill that like, it's such a steep hill. And there's a sign that says something that like tells trucks to go into a low gear, and it's just a fucking brutal scene. They lose like half of the fucking boys because you can't slow down. You have to maintain 3 miles per hour.
And now you're going uphill in the middle of the night, half asleep.
Yep. It was.
And I'm pretty sure it was raining.
Yeah, it was intense.
It was a lot, and you just hear nothing but gunshots, and it focuses in on Garrity trying to just get through it.
Yep. And again, so Ray opens up to McCreeves eventually about so his thing is he wants to kill the Major. He wants his wish to be for a gun to kill the Major, because when he was younger, the Major executed his father for essentially being, committing treason, if you will.
Yeah.
This is not in the book. This is something added completely for the movie.
Oh, okay.
The whole, in the book, Garrity never really has an answer of why he signs up, but I think that leans into the part of it of like, it's just what you do, Yeah. So, and it is talked about that his father does get taken away for this stuff. So that stuff was true, but all that happens is he sees his father taken away, and it's never said if he's executed or not. The soldiers come and take him, and they never see him again, which is almost bleaker. Like he's just gone.
Yeah, that is pretty bleak.
Like no closure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and this is where Pete really, or not, Pete McFreeze, he tries to talk him out of it, right? And he tells him like you can't let someone die to win, and he basically just plans that when he's had enough, he's just gonna sit down.
Yeah, he did the be the bigger person speech.
Yeah,
yeah.
And so, also just because it'll be important later on this uphill stretch they had to do, Harkness we talked about, fucking like snaps his fucking ankle. So
there's something he dislocates it or something.
Yeah, so we'll come back to that in a second. And then, but
what was that one dude? The one we dislike.
Oh, Barkovich.
Yeah,
so we're not there yet.
There yet?
Yeah, because there's something else I wanted to touch on.
Okay. Fucking Barkovich.
Yeah. So as they're walking, we do see this family sitting at a table watching the long walk, and this upsets Garrity, and he calls them like animals, right? But then McReeves tells him like, you can't blame them, and then like look at us. He's like, they're just as conditioned as we are. Again, they said it way better in the movie. But it was just this great moment. Again, just seeing the good side of him and him getting through to Ray, and just telling him like, don't do what you want to do. Like it ain't worth it, man. Like you have your mother to think about, and this was after he told him about his father and everything. And so they carry on, and so Harkness. So let's back up real quick. Let's talk about Harkness. He was ambitious. He was writing a book, as he said. So he was trying to get to know everybody, write their names down. He's like, if I win, I'm going to write a book. A first book published from an insider of the Long Walk will make me rich. And they kind of tease him like, well, if you win the Long Walk, you're going to be rich. So you don't need the money. But he's like, but I still think it'd make for a cool, an interesting story. So he like dislocates or snaps his ankle. And first off, it's now morning time. The sun's out. I'm sorry. I do not believe he made it that far.
Oh, God, no.
With the way his foot is.
He was walking on basically just bone.
Yeah. And so he doesn't make it. And that was very sad. And just,
I was hoping that someone would have like picked up his book.
Even in the movie, in the book, I was too.
Mm-hmm.
And in the book, by the way, they don't really so that was the whole ankle thing was added in the movie.
Okay.
Because in the book, the next morning they talk about the hill.
Yeah.
And they're like, a lot of people died, even the author. So like it's just a little throwaway of like, oh, he's gone now.
Mm-hmm.
Which is so interesting to me because like they set him up as, I thought he was going to be one of the last to make it. I mean,
I would have assumed.
Yeah, they set him up and so they gave him a little more in the movie. It felt like at least a little more like he still died around the same time, but the ankle thing, it was a little more intense, a little more than just like, oh, he also died. Like that was it in the book. That's all we got is, oh, he's dead. He's gone too now.
Okay, so they actually gave him a proper death.
Yeah, exactly.
A fucked up one, but
Yep. And then at some point, our boy Olsen starts to become super delirious, and he tries to attack a soldier, or he does attack a soldier, and he gets shot in the gut, and they just kind of leave him to bleed out as sort of, they don't even give him his warnings. It's more of a message like, if you try this, we're going to do this to you as well. And they find out he was married. And by the way, in the book, it's someone else who was married. They sort of took a character from the book and split him up between other characters. I'm not sure why they did that, but like, I don't remember I don't remember the person's name in the book, but so how like Stebbins gets sick, and we'll get on that later. This was the other guy who got sick. He was also married, but they made Olsen the one who was married.
Okay, so they just cut this character out and split him up in between others.
Yeah. So before we talk about that, let's actually go back to Barkovich, because so Barkovich, we haven't talked much about him, but he's a fucking dick. He's just talking shit to everybody the whole time. He's
egging people on,
and he's just a fucking asshole. And none of like the main guys, the musketeers, if you will, are having it, right? They're like telling him to fuck off, and he goes and like completely antagonizes this other character, because also in the Long Walk you're not allowed to attack each other. Like if you swing at, assault, or anything another walker, that's an instant ticket. So this guy's like antagonizing someone to swing at him, but the way he acts after of what's about to happen seemed genuine. So I don't really know what he was getting at, but essentially he antagonizes someone enough to make him swing on him. And it causes this person to lose their footing and fall and like fuck up their face.
Yeah, he slid when he fell. Like,
yeah, and it causes
on gravel.
He gets his ticket. He gets fucking shot.
Yeah.
So everyone
starts calling Barkovich a killer.
Yeah, a murderer.
And all that, a murderer.
And yeah, he's like, fuck you guys, no, I'm not. Like, I didn't mean to do that. It's like, but what were you meaning to do?
Yeah, you got that kid killed.
Yeah. So
whether you meant to or not, you did that.
Yep, exactly. And so, yeah, the dude was just fucked up. And then even McCreeves, the nice guy, is like, I can't wait to see you go down, and I'm gonna be cheering when you're dead. And to be honest, fair.
Yeah. And Barkovich had some weird little threat that he gave to McCreeves.
Yeah, it didn't go anywhere.
It didn't go anywhere, yeah.
But I don't remember that from the book, so I was very curious. I was like, oh, is he going to try to sabotage McVrees?
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen eventually, was he was going to, like, confront him in some way.
Yeah.
Try and sabotage him.
Yep. And, but it doesn't really happen, and... and by the way, guys, I do think I'm skipping a lot of shit, but go see the movie. That's great.
Yeah. You're not going to get the proper step-by-step. You're going to get a quick synopsis.
Usually I will in my longer scripts, but I didn't write it down, and I don't have a great memory. So, but the boys learn that Olsen was married, and so they all agree to do something. At this point, by the way, I should say, like at this point in the story, we're down to like
I think six
or seven boys. Maybe
there was Baker, McVrees, Garrity, Stebbins, Barkovich, and Colley.
Yeah. By the way, let's talk about Stebbins real quick. So Stebbins is an interesting character. He's not necessarily a dick, but he's not necessarily one of the crew. But every time he pops up, he's very robotic. He's very... He knows a lot about the Long Walk, but
won't give out any like actual information about it. Just he's very by the rules.
Yeah, every time he chimes in, he has something negative to say, but it's not like he's being a dick. He's just like, oh yeah, like he talks about Olsen, and he's like, you see Olsen, he's getting exhausted. Watch for those signs. Like, and he's very fit. He's very cut. Like, and so. Yeah, there's something up with him, and we just don't know it yet. But he's the guy everyone's worried about, because like he's very much
sick.
Yeah, well, I mean, like worried about as far as beating him.
Oh,
before he got sick, right? Because
he got sick early on.
Yeah, I think
after the first night, rain,
and he says like, "Oh, it's just allergies and stuff," and yada yada. Yeah, which it's not. In the book, it's described as pneumonia, which they didn't say in the movie, but
it makes sense as to why it happened, when, and how it did.
Exactly. So they find out Olsen's married, and all the boys agree to do something good for Olsen's wife if whoever wins, but they don't ask Barkovich. And here's where things got interesting, because I thought Barkovich was about to do something to Garrity.
Someone.
Somewhere was going.
At least McVrees.
Yeah. Because he gets real close with Garrett. Because they ask everyone to go on this pack with them except for Barkovich, because they're like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
And that's also slightly different from the book for anyone who cares. In the book, they do actually ask him, but they have a conversation of should we even bother asking him, because they assume he'll say no, but Garrity does ask him. So they don't actually exclude him from the pack, but
okay,
maybe for the sake of pacing and time, because that would have added a whole other 5-10 minutes for a conversation that didn't happen. But when Barkovich, so I think at the point now too, Barkovich he's losing his mind, and he is a little upset, and he does feel guilty over the death of the boy, and he also is realizing, oh, we're down to 6 of us. I don't have any allies.
Yeah, no allies. He's made everybody hate him.
Yeah,
and now he's losing his fucking mind, feeling guilty.
Yep. So he talks to Garrity about like he wants to be in on the pack. He'll do it. He's actually not a bad guy. Blah blah blah. And so when Ray's like, "Cool, man, I'll go tell the other boys," he has a spoon in his hand, and that's where I'm like, is he gonna try something with Garrity? Like, nah, dude, he just starts stabbing the fuck out of his own throat.
Yeah, that got interesting.
Yeah, I remember something like that in the book. I think in the book it said like he was ripping out his own. Like I that was the part like I kind of missed what was happening.
Okay.
Like, in the book, I'm like, wait, who the fuck is just ripping out their throat? But I have to assume it was the same guy because it was almost like he started stabbing himself with a spoon.
Yeah.
So I have to assume it was that. So yeah, and obviously he gets his ticket. So now we're down to fucking Garrity, McReeves, Stebbins, Baker, and Collie Parker.
Yep.
And so now we're walking because we're so there's 50 people from each state. The state we're in is Garrity State, so it's his home state. And we're walking through, and his mom's there, right? We see his mom on the street, and this part super fucked me up too.
This one was really gut wrenching. Yeah,
he tries to run to his mom, and I remember something like I'm pretty sure it's illegal to like interact with the crowd. And the reason I know a little bit about this because they go more detail in the book, and in the book at this point, Garrity's ready to give up. It doesn't seem like that in the movie so much, but at this point in the book he has a girlfriend. I'm not going to get too much into that.
Yeah.
For the sake of the story, we're going to say the mom. He's ready to give up, and he just wants to die in his mom's arms.
We didn't get that feeling up until he saw his mom and was able to interact. Then he wanted to die.
Yeah, he wanted to just hug her. He wanted to hug her and just die in her arms. He was ready. And so once again, our boy McGreaves pulls him off, and this part's into like I just imagine being a mom, right? And you're there, and first you see your boy's one of the last 5, right?
Yeah,
like that's got to be okay. But then like it gets to this point, he's trying to get to her. A fucking soldier comes up right behind him, ready to fucking pull the trigger, and Judy Gardner what the fuck's her name?
Judy Greer.
Judy Greer.
Yeah.
She fucking sells this scene. Right, like
100%.
The mom about to see their son get blasted, and once again, McVeers, he's like, "You gotta don't do this to your fucking mom. What are you doing, man? Like, why are you pulling this shit? Like, you want your mom?
Like your dad already died in front of her. Now, you.
And yeah, so he's almost killed for stepping off the road because that's the thing: you cannot step off the road. You don't get warnings if you step off the road. Done, no warnings, shot. So he's saved by McReeves, and. He's like, they're pulling him away, and he's just like, "I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry." And it was just such good acting. Such good acting.
It was really fucking sad.
Yeah. Really
sad. I think out of all of the parts, I think that was probably the one that almost made me cry the most.
There was
the end.
Yeah. There's a few parts that got me. And I passed some of them up already, I think. One of the ones was earlier. I forget the context. Maybe you'll remember. But McReeves said something. He's got his arm over Garrity again, and he just says, they have this real close moment together, and they're just silent, and he just says, like, you want to walk with me for a while? And he says, yeah, I do. And it's just, I don't know. For me, again, I remember the context, but I remember watching just like, because it's just, again, remembering, knowing one of them's not going to fucking make it, and I'm upset by this. Like, the bromance is real, baby.
I think that was around the time where one of the first few times Garrity wanted to give up.
I think so.
Yeah.
And so, and then another thing, McGreeve said something like, they're having one of their moments, and he's like, I've always
wanted a brother.
Always wanted a brother, and basically, because what he was implying there was like, that's you.
Yeah,
that's what I found here is you, and it's just like, God damn it, why?
Like,
why here?
I'm not ready to cry. Not again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, not again.
So as we go on, Collie Parker is just, he's lost it. Like his mind, he's kind of driven to insanity here, and he tries to start an uprising. He gets the upper hand on one of the soldiers and gets their gun, and he kills them. So one of the soldiers gets, but then he obviously immediately gets taken out. But it's the same thing. Like,
well, no, he didn't get immediately taken out. He got shot in the stomach.
That's right.
They were going to use him as an example, and before they were going to give him his ticket, he took himself out.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Which is, again, different from the book. In the book, he gets shot down, but again, something like this, I liked this better.
That part, it was really, really intense when it happened, because he was like chanting or singing as he was doing it.
So what was really cool, we didn't say this, but he was a Native American. I don't remember if he was Native American in the book or not. In fact, in the book, I don't remember them getting too into detail about the character's looks, like maybe Garrity. I don't remember. But again, as I said, I didn't have much memory of Collie Parker in the book, so he could have been Native American. I don't remember, but he was for sure in the movie. So he's singing like some Native American chants, and it's like, again, for a movie where boys are just walking, it's so fucking good. And I just love a good gut wrenching, fuck me up emotionally movie. And this was that.
Yeah, it was really emotional.
Yeah. Like I said, I felt so justified when I'd look over at you in some of the scenes.
And I'm just sitting here going,
see you squirm or something. I'm like, all right, cool. So it's not just me.
No, not at all. The movie had me captivated from beginning to end.
Oh, I'm so
Even
I'm
if
so
it was
glad.
just about a bunch of boys fucking walking.
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't expect it. I thought I would like the book. I was like, I'll like it enough, but here I am now doing a podcast episode about it. I just want to talk about it. Like, that's the thing is like, I don't know. I have so much I want to say. It's like, I want more, but I don't, because if we got more, it'd be too much. Does that make sense?
No, absolutely. It's one of those movies where you can really easily mess it up by adding too much to it, because it's already just a movie about walking.
Yeah. Don't give me a prequel about how the Long Walk started. Don't give me a sequel. Like
on the uprising and taking it down.
Like, I don't want that, because that's not what it was about.
We don't need an extended universe.
Yeah, the Long Walk. Yeah, it's a dystopian world. The Long Walk is this thing, but to me, that's not what the story was about. The Long Walk was the event happening to tell the story we got of these people.
Yeah.
The Long Walk isn't the story, if that makes sense what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. No, it does.
And so I want more, just because I loved these characters, but you know what? They're gone. So there's no more to tell.
Oh boy, are they.
Exactly. There's nothing more to tell. I don't need their childhood story of how they got there.
Mm-hmm.
It's what they were, who they were to each other in these 5 days.
Yeah.
That's, so I guess I just got to rewatch it and hurt myself again.
True.
Yeah.
A couple of times at least.
Yeah. Now here we are, down to another just so well done part. And if you guys haven't guessed, I think every part is just well done. But so Collie Parker's gone. We're down to 4, right? We're down to Art, Garrity, McGreaves, Stebbins. Art is starting to hemorrhage, right? And you caught this actually when you were watching, right? Like, you got what's going on. And God, dude, we just had such a good moment. We're down to the last 3 Musketeers, right? Art, Stebbins wasn't one of them. Art, McGreaves, Garrity. And Art knows, Baker, he knows he's done.
Yeah, he can't get any further. He's bleeding profusely out of his nose.
And so both McGreaves and Garrity just hold him up, They're walking with him as long as he can keep going. And, you know, McGreaves, once again, just being the fucking man that he is. He's like, you know what, dude, you gave this your all. Like, he's sending him out like a fucking hero. Like, you gave this your all, man. You fucking did it. Like, we're proud of you.
It was sad he passed along his grandmother's rosaries.
Yep.
To Garrity.
Yeah, and I think he asked, like, you know, give this to her, please, if you win. And he just, you know, he just sat down. I think he sat down. In the book, he sits down.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just started slowing down, and then he sat.
Yeah, and then they kind of took him out. Oh, yeah, and they made him, like, he's like, promise me, like, when they do it, you won't look back.
Yeah.
You know, and they don't. And it's just fucking, it's just so good.
Stebbins does.
But he wasn't part of he wasn't part of the three. So,
yeah.
Stebbins looks back, but he's just kind of there. And so, what am I getting at with this? Oh, yeah. It was just good, man. And, you know, the actors were all great. This is one of those things, like, where it just not getting actors for their names and just getting the actors right for the roles. This movie was full of it.
100%. I think that they had every actor down to a T.
Yeah. The only ones I knew before going into this was obviously Mark Hamill and then the guy and then David Johnson only because of Alien Romulus, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't even catch it myself. Someone else was like, "Oh, yeah, it's the dude from Alien Romulus."
I pointed that out like halfway through the movie.
Yeah, so I didn't know it. I didn't know it before we went into.
Oh, gotcha.
But I wouldn't have clocked it if someone I think I saw it online somewhere. Like,
it took me forever to realize. Oh,
I keep saying of Romulus. Sorry, I'm plugging my band, everybody.
Hey, you can't go wrong with it.
Yeah. But yeah, it was all just great. So now we're down to Stebbins, McGreaves, and Garrity. So here's the thing. Here's another twist in the story. Well, actually, hold on, we'll get there in a second. So they start to talk to Stebbins, and
they're trying to get him to open up.
Yeah, like how the fuck do you know so much? Like, who the fuck are you? Why do you know this stuff? And he's starting to get delirious at this point, right? Remember, he's fucking sick. He's got pneumonia. He's in bad shape. So he kind of starts talking cryptid, but not. He's like, you know, I'm the fucking rabbit. And he talks about how, he's like, you know, how they used to have like robotic rabbits for dog races because the dogs could never quite catch the rabbit. And it's not flesh and blood, so it never gets tired. And he's like, that's supposed to be me. And in the book, it is explained a little bit that was sort of a thing, is like he was brought in to make them walk as far as they can, this whole kind of thing. And then we get this big reveal that he's the Major's son. Like, the son has a bunch of bastard children all over the place. And all Stebbins wanted, if he won, was to be welcomed into the
his Major's home.
He just wanted a fucking dad.
Yeah.
And it was really sad, man. And the thing is but what he tells him is like, he didn't realize, but the Major knew all along.
Yeah.
And the Major didn't give a fuck. Like, the Major's a dick, by the way, everybody. Like,
yeah, he's just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Through and through.
There was kind of a funny scene before Stebbins bites it where the Major is here and they're going, and he says something, and Garrity's like, fuck you, you fucking motherfucker, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And the Major's just like, that's the fuking spirit. Like, he's super into it, just like, that's the winning spirit. Yeah, he's super fucking like, yeah. Like, he's like, that's gonna win you. Super into it. Again, it's not funny, but it was just, you know,
it was kind of funny in that moment.
It was Mark Hamill selling it. Hamill, yeah. So at this point, basically, Stebbins is just like, I got nothing left in me. And he tells the pair it was an honor to walk with them, and they've kind of come to respect him now they know a little bit more. Because again, that was the thing, is like, Stebbins wasn't an asshole like Barkovich, like just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Stebbins was just very
a
little odd, and a little too serious, I guess is the way to say it. Like, he didn't joke with anybody. He was
the straight man.
Yeah, exactly. Like, anytime he did say something, it was never helpful.
No,
because he was just being too negative. Like, he like while everyone's trying to help each other, he would just be like, well, no, dude, you have this happening, so you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, there was a point in when they was down to the four or five of them, where he was just like, can we cut the alliances, cut the bullshit,
Right.
cut the brother shit.
And so in the book they do that. And it was done a little differently again, where they get Garrity to agree, and Garrity's hesitant because he's like, well, McCreeves has helped me so many times, I feel like I owe him. But he agrees anyways, and it kind of causes a little rift between the two. Because McCreeves is like, oh, fuck, all the times I helped you, the fuck?
Yeah.
But I like the way they did it in this one, where he kind of like, yeah, I agree. And he kind of looks at McCreeves like, dude, you just can't keep saving me, basically. Yeah. Like acknowledging, like, I've come this far because of you, but you can't. And here's the thing, too, man. Like, McCreeves in the movie, he didn't look tired fucking once. Like, what a fucking
not
champ,
throughout the entire thing. He walked over 350 miles and was just
helping everybody, being the dude he was.
Always upbeat, always had energy.
Yeah. So here's the thing, though. So now Stebbins is gone, and we'll just say that, right?
Yeah.
Now, in the book, the last two walkers is actually Stebbins and Garrity.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So remember how earlier where McCreeves says, I think I'm, if I walk too far and I get tired, I'm just going to sit down. That's what happens in the book. He reaches a point where he's just like, I'm done. Don't fight me on this. And he sits down, and Garrity describes it as something of like, he just looked completely at peace. And so, yeah, so McCreeves wasn't, but again, this is a change I'm not mad about. Like, having it be these two at the end was great, but not great because my emotions.
No, that's full on fair.
Yeah, so here comes the big change if you've read the book, right? So we're now 5 days they've been walking, well over 300 miles. They appear at this large city where there is a big crowd, and they're gathered to see who will win because they know, like, all right, it's down to 2. So it can't be going much longer. And here's where McCreeves just sits down. Yeah. And he tells them something like, they share more moments, but I think this is another where we get one of those moments of like, you're my brother kind of talk, right?
Yeah.
And McCreeves sits down and he tells him, like, go take care of your mom. Here's the thing, by the way, everybody. I knew the story was changing. I knew, because it was spoiled for me, that the ending was changed.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew there was going to be a different ending. And by the way this movie was going, the way it ended, I was actually hoping. So I kind of guessed it in my head right before it happened. And I'll say it after we talk about the end here. But and Pete sits down. Ray runs up to him like, no, fuck that. And he gets him up and he's holding him. He's like, just walk with me a little bit longer. Just walk with me a little bit longer. And so McCreeves like, all right, yeah. And then boom, Garrity sits down. And
he's already on his third ticket, or not his third ticket, but his third warning.
Exactly. So he don't get any more warnings. He sits down and he gets shot in the fucking stomach, which was interesting to me. I forget, did he do something to get like?
No,
normally they only do that. Like, how did they miss? Yeah. I know why. You might know. You go ahead.
Oh no, go on ahead.
Oh, because the Major gets the last kill.
Yeah.
That's why.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Is he got the last kill. He even tried doing the same thing with him that he did with his dad, which is just giving him that last minute to say whatever the fuck you gotta say.
Exactly. And so I forgot about that because they make some point in saying that, like, the Major, because I don't think it was like that in the book. I don't remember, but yeah, and the way they did in the movies, the Major always does the final kill.
Oh, okay.
Which I like that change too, like add to his, doucheness.
Yeah, he is a fucking dick.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he's part of the system. That sucks, but still. Yeah. So Ray stops walking, and the Major, personally executes Ray and then congratulates Peter as the winner. Now, I liked that change because just the way they changed McCreeves in the movie, it was like, it just makes sense for him to win.
Yeah.
All he wants to do is do good.
Yeah.
And Garrity just wanted revenge, which, by the way, I don't think I touched on, but by the end of this, it's just mine. He no longer.
Yeah, he no longer wanted revenge.
But then, as Garrity's dying, he tells McGreeves, "Oh, I love you, brother," all this stuff, and that was nice because again, that wasn't in the book. But just the bond between these two. So now, though, McGreeves says, "What I want as my prize is a gun." I forget what the gun was called, but because this was originally like that's the whole thing. You get whatever you want, and so Garrity was going to wish for a rifle on the spot and then shoot in front of everybody because so even though there's not spectators in the movie, it's televised the whole time.
And he wanted to make the biggest change that he possibly could.
Exactly. He wanted to shoot the major in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And Ray talks him out of this. McGreeves talks him out of this. But now McGreeves asks for the gun and shoots the major. And here's the part I can't sit with yet of, do I like this? Do I not like this? Here. Like, what am I supposed to get from this moment? Is it that even the purists can be broken? Yes. Because that's what I keep going back to.
Because throughout this entire thing, he's watched 49 people die. He's watched the person that he has ultimately deemed to be his brother die right in front of him, feet a couple feet away. Every single friend that he's made throughout, he had family. His family fucked him up. His family left him, abandoned him, beat him, abused him.
Right. So and I didn't touch on that. Good. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So him being this person with all this hope and having this pure of heart type thing, it does make sense that at the end of it, watching the only person he has ever really deemed as family on this life or death journey is now dead in front of him. So at that point, fuck it. What's the point in having a pure heart if you lose everything anyways? Yeah.
Yeah, and I did watch some, because as soon as I got home, I had to watch some videos breaking it down.
That's fair. That was my takeaway from it.
Yeah, people were saying something similar. Or another thing I heard was like, the whole point of it is like no one wins in this.
Yeah, no one actually wins.
Like, no one actually wins. Like, and the whole thing too was like, you kill the major, they're just going to get someone worse.
Yeah,
kind of
more
thing.
than likely.
But sort of like what you just said was like, like how, like, you've won. Like, so there was a comment I saw on YouTube that I really liked where it was like, you never leave the long walk. Like, it goes from your feet to your head, but you carry it with you always. So it's like at the beginning, you're full of this hope. Oh, I'm going to get all this money. But by the end of it, with what you've gone through physically, what you've seen, the people you've lost, like, watching these people with you just one by one, how do you come back from that? You
don't.
And so I think that's what it was in that moment when McCree's was ready to give up for Garrity, and Gary said, "No, fuck that." And then he turns around and he sees that it was just like he didn't care anymore.
Yeah, he lost all hope.
Yeah, and then the ambiguous ending, he shoots the major, the crowd's suddenly gone, and you see him just walking down the road. I took that he obviously got shot himself.
Yeah, that's what I was gathering from it, was after that they just open fired on him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because even the major says, like, when he's pointing the gun, like, you just won everything. Don't throw that away. Implying, like, if you shoot me, bro, like, you're not walking away from this.
Yeah.
And so I guess I hate the idea of even the purest being broken. But I guess you don't go to the long walk for a happy ending, Yeah. That's not what this movie is. So,
no, absolutely not. And no part of this movie was genuinely like happy.
There were happy moments.
but that's about it.
There's
They were
the
fleeting.
looming thing, right? Like, and that's what made the happy moments worse.
Yeah.
Again, all those bonding moments.
Dread.
Yeah. There's a part where, like, you know, Garrity and McGreaves are playing catch together.
Yeah, that was
a wholesome
cute.
moment. But then there's just the reminder of, like, okay, yeah, well, one of you is going to be gone. So now, everybody, in the book, remember, as I said, Stebbins and Garrity are the last two. Stebbins is actually the one who wins. Not Stebbins, sorry. Garrity is the one who wins. So this change obviously was unexpected. I liked the change. If the change was like the book, I don't know if I would have felt any way about it. But the way they built the characters in the movie, the bond, the way they built McGreaves, like I said, like 10 minutes before it happened, I was like, I feel like they're going to have Garrity die. That's just where it was headed for me.
Mm-hmm.
And the way you built it up, I was like, how do you fucking... After building McGreaves up the way you did, if I was in that, I feel like I would lay down for him. Like, yo, you are a much better person than I. Like, you want to change the world. Not saying I want to change the world, people out there, but, like, I could see myself maybe being a little selfish in the long walk. I'm just being realistic. Like, what would I ask for? I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Point is it felt like that's the way it was going. So when McGreaves first sat down, I was like, oh shit, no, okay, they're gonna kill him. But yeah, when he got back up and he had him walk a little longer, and then as soon as I saw Garrity sit down, I was like, oh fuck, they're doing it. Like they wouldn't have done the switcheroo if they weren't gonna commit.
Yeah.
So I was that's
committed.
why, like, I think I super in the mood. I was like, oh fuck, because like for me, hadn't read the book, I was like, they're doing it. They're killing Garrity because again in the book, he's the winner.
Yeah.
And so I liked it though. It didn't. Mm-hmm. I liked the change. And I'm still sitting on McVeer. Oh my god, I can't.
McVrees.
Yeah, I'm still sitting on that thing. I do think I liked it. I think I just want to understand it more. Like that's I think fair. I get what I think I get what you and others are saying, but I don't know.
At least that's what makes sense to me.
And it does to me too. Maybe it's just I don't want it to. I don't want that. I wanted him to change the world, like because he did hesitate, and I was hoping he would put it down and realize I could do more for Garrity alive.
Yeah,
but also again, like you're just broken. So I've made dumb decisions in moments of, you know, being upset. I can't even imagine being that upset, that broken. So, you know.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So I get it.
Shit, I don't think I would even be able to make it through the first 20 miles.
Yeah. I know.
Like, I can do that 20 miles, but listen, I got to pee real fast.
Yeah, you just turn around, remember? Just like...
the water's going through me.
Yeah. So I want to know, why aren't these boys... dude, okay, here's what I would do, everybody.
Okay.
If I was on the long walk.
Die.
Well, yeah, I would definitely die.
I would
but
die.
If I wanted a chance, I'm wearing a motherfucking kilt.
Okay. Just free flow.
Well, yeah, then when I have to shit, I don't got to pull fucking pants down.
True.
Just let it drop, baby.
Yeah, just fucking let it run down the leg. Fuck it.
Yeah, dude, they say in the movie, right? Better fucking... I forget exactly what they said. Better stinky than dead or whatever.
Yeah, something
better
like
wet
that.
than dead. Something like that. I don't know. But no, I don't know. Because you can even squat real quick. Pull it up. Do it.
Yeah.
Little crab walk. Can you crab walk 3 miles per hour?
Hey, listen. All right, you do what you got to do.
Yeah.
To get through it.
Or some diapers with a kilt. And the only reason the kilt's still shit in the diaper... You can still rip that fucking thing off.
Drop it,
bro. I'm just saying, Stephen King, kilts, okay?
Kilts.
Come on, man. Come on.
There needed to be at least one guy with a kilt.
Yeah, like
and there wasn't. That's just disappointing.
That's just smart brain. That's how I win. No, we were talking about it too, and I was like, I don't think I could walk that far.
Oh God, no.
like I've never had a gun to my head having to do it, so who knows? But I still don't. I think I would have been someone who died on the hill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I would be too,
Like,
or at least sometime before the hill. Like I
Yeah.
said, me and needing to go to the bathroom. It's not 350 miles worth of walking friendly.
yeah. I always like to think because again, I want a little bit more of the background of the dystopian world, but also I don't like. But I'm just like, how bad does it have to be
Yeah,
that you're like, yeah, I'll risk this. I'll risk my life. I
for the
don't know.
possibility of this.
Yeah, for a 1 in 50 chance. And again, in the book, it's a 1 in 100 chance.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So my question is, when it comes to the long walk, what if everybody dies long before you make it to the very end? There's only one guy left. Does he win?
Yeah. Well, remember, there is no finish line. They say that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So because even in the book, they talked about like a gathering near the quote end, which didn't make sense to me because it's like, but there's no finish line.
Yeah, I thought that they reached the finish line in the movie. Like
No,
they
so
made it to some city and there's everyone there waiting for them.
Yeah, I think what it is they just make predictions. Once it gets down to the last two walkers,
gotcha.
They predict like, all right, one of them's gonna give in this general area. Like that's the only thing. Only thing I can think of because, yeah, there's no finish. You walk until there's one left.
That's crazy.
So since they're keeping track of everything, they must, when they get down to like the last 3 or 2, be like, all right, everybody, here's the general place. Because remember, they even said Stebbins warned them like before he died, like of what to expect when they got there. And he's like, there's going to be people who like walk with you. There's going to be people, you know what I mean? So like that to me implies like if you make it past the crowd, there might be people who walk with you till you die.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because they want to see it.
Yeah. They want to be a part of it.
Exactly. And he tells them, like, just ignore them. He's like, there's going to be people screaming at you. There's going to be people throwing things at you. There's going to be people wanting to walk with you. So that, again, implies, like, they're just doing their best estimate of, like, this is probably where it's going to end.
Yeah.
And then I think, again, for the sake of a movie, it was more, it made sense. They made it to the big crowd. This is the place to do the finale of things. It was dramatic that way in front of everybody instead of like, they're going to walk past the crowd now. Like it was way more dramatic for a visual to do it that way. So it made sense.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But yeah, there is no finish line. You just walk until there's one of you.
Okay.
Yep. But that's the long walk, everybody. And
that was the long walk.
Yeah.
That movie.
Loved it. I loved it so much that even with no script, we talked for an hour and 20 minutes about it.
Yeah. No, that's pretty solid.
Yeah. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah,
just chatting about it with me. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to, when it comes out of theaters, I want to watch it again.
Yeah, I do too. And just, I don't know. It's just good. Everybody either go read it. It's a short read. Or if you do audiobooks like me, it's only 10 hours. It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Short read, short listen. The movie's just a little under 2 hours. And I'm telling you, even though it's just about boys walking, you will not be bored. You might be, but I wasn't.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't. I get bored real easy.
Yeah. But I think that's it, everybody. Thank you for listening. Sorry I haven't put out an episode since June 17th. I'm going to try to get some more out, but hopefully this will hold you over in the meantime. Thank you to Hollow for doing this with me. Go listen to The Long Walk. Go follow Hollow. They do music. They got some stuff. Got something coming out on Halloween. Something spooky.
Ooh, something spooky on Halloween.
Where can they find you?
YouTube at hollow_official, and then TikTok _hollow_US_official.
Fuck yeah.
Just Hollow US official is where you'll find me anywhere.
Hollow. Okay.
Hollow.
All right, everybody. I'll see you soon. We'll get back to our regularly scheduled sci-fi, and hopefully we'll see Hollow back to talk about some cosmic horror.
That'd be rad.
Yeah. All right.
All right.